Politics is supposed to be about ideas, accountability and trust, which makes it fascinating that a party like Reform UK, a party that claims to be a radical break from the establishment, is filling up with the establishment. Yeah, Reform UK, the party of change. I think it's the political equivalent of you putting on one of them joke moustaches, maybe a joke beard, and thinking no one else will recognise you. New party, same wallet. Reform UK wants you to believe it's bold, refreshing, a new start, a clean break from the old parties, which is interesting because when you follow the money, it all keeps leading back to the same places. As I said in a previous video, Reform UK has received large donations from people who gave large donations to the Tory party. This isn't rumour, this is actual donation records submitted by Reform UK and the Tories before them. Donations from WEF linked hedge fund managers. And as I said before, why would you bet on a three-legged horse and suddenly expect it to win a race for you because you've changed the colours of the jockey? Now, I'm not saying money buys influence. Oh, I wouldn't dare. I'm just saying how curious it is that it keeps turning up in anti-establishment politics. And it's funded by people who were very happy with the last establishment. Apparently, the revolution will be generously funded by the same people who you're deposing. And then this week we've seen Reform UK add Nadeem Zahawi, the face of integrity, to their ranks. Former Conservative Chancellor, former Conservative Chair, and formerly a man who once told Nigel Farage he'd die a Conservative, which politically speaking he has several times. He's like the political equivalent of a cat. Zahawi was sacked in 2023 after an investigation found that he breached the ministerial code over his tax affairs. He failed to confirm an ongoing HMRC investigation and later paid nearly £5 million to settle the matter, so I wonder how much he actually owed. This wasn't a clerical error, was it? This wasn't, oh, I forgot to mention to the taxman 5 million quid because I was too busy running a party. Let's say it like it is. It was tax evasion. Can you trust someone that evades tax? Well, yeah, if they're a labourer who's fighting to put bread on the table, I'd say yeah, you could actually, because desperate people do desperate things. But greed-fueled psychopaths with narcissistic tendencies who are multimillionaires, and I'm not saying this is Zahawi, of course not, I wouldn't be like that. But you know, that sort of character, if that was his character, then there's no excuse, is there? Why shouldn't he pay for illegal immigration as well as the rest of us? Well, a few votes for that, wouldn't he? So we've got an unscrupulous, lying tax evader. So it looks like Reform UK looked at his resume and thought, yes, that's the man to restore trust in politics. When you look at the great Tory migration, the government that was in power for 14 years and really started the death of this country. And all this is a rebranding, as I said it was in my video, 2 years ago? Because Zahawi isn't alone, he's joined by a long list of Tories that have also been less than honest, although they would say economical with the truth, wouldn't they? Because they're politicians. So they've decided to jump ship, not during austerity. Some of them were anti-Brexit and they've joined Reform. They didn't jump ship because of Partygate and having a conscience about MPs partying while many of us lost loved ones and couldn't even say goodbye. No, they jumped ship after losing power and losing their seats because of inept displays of government, letting the people down, not honouring their manifestos, just like Labour are doing now. Reform UK likes calling itself the voice of the forgotten, which is probably right, because it's giving a voice to a load of easily forgettable Tories who've let the people down before. This party isn't full of rebels from the street, it's full of illumi. And what we're told is this is a genuine alternative to the Conservative Party, because we've called it a different name. Same donors, same politicians, same ideas, different name, different coloured Rosette, led by that man of the people, Nigel Farage. So don't worry about a thing, because the logo's new. So let's recap, shall we? Reform claimed to be an alternative to the Conservatives, recruiting Conservatives, funded by the same people who funded the Conservatives, recruiting politicians who apparently only discovered or rediscovered their principles when they lost their seats. And so this isn't a political revolution, it's just a rebrand for the gullible, not tearing down the system, just changing the shop sign. If you voted Conservative and felt betrayed, that's understandable. But if the solution on offer to you is the same people funded by the same money men selling the same rhetoric, that's not reform, that's denial, with a new logo, of course. Let me know what you think. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video. I'll speak to you soon. Thanks for watching.
Nigel Farage in a pint-glass pose. Millionaire managing man of the people clothes. Bank balance fat, but he swears he's like you. From the city to the telly to the anti-elite. Crew.Champagne rebel, funded rage. Railing at the system that paid his wage. Says I'm just common sense, mate, honest and true. From a studio sofa worth more than you lose. Same suits, new Rosette, different colour. Same old debt, failed once, failed twice. Now back again. Why rehire the people who shafted us then? Reform the name, repaint the van. But it's yesterday's men with a yesterday's plan. If the Tories were awful, why vote for the sequel with worse DVDs? They say we're not Tories, there's something brand new. Then the guest list reads like a cabinet reunion do. At the front door, round the back, straight onto the stage. Same donors, same network, same gilded cage. Jets fund friends with the free market suite. Why don't the book wonder how they'll pay for it? Global meetings, private jets, and tea elite. The art too funny how the eyes on eyes on no clouds by first name Peter. Anderson shouts till the whip's withdrawn. Suspended for comments, then reborn at dawn. The Dean Dory's vanished mid-job, mid-term. Left the seat, took the spotlight, commitment was firm. Nardin's a Howie in the taxman tail. Questions asked and sacked by mail. Anne-Marie Morris crossed lines on Mike. Lost the whip, now reform's time. Jonathan Gully's party chair days gone. From Tory brass to Farage's con. Jake Berry chair the party machine. Now rebranded fresh, though we've seen the routine. David Jones, Brexit wars and old scores. Mark Alongi from the Tory 14 doors. Ross Thompson, Chris Green in the cast. Lucy Allen cheering reform from the boss. Leonard G, culture wars on cue. Danny Kruger saying trust us we're new. Sack suspended with doors to the side. Failure recycled, sold with pride. And Robert Jenrick joins the line. Planning rose and donor time. Questions asked, favours claimed by mistake. Now reborn as we fall, for goodness sake. If that's accountability, heaven help us all when the fixers leave the party after hitting the wall. You can't fill the country, break the trust, then change the logo and call it just a trust on these fresh faces, fresh ideas too. Not the same old crew saying honestly, this time's new. same suits. New Rosette, different badge, same regret. They broke it once while in the room. Now knock again with a patriotic tune.